will help you believe that teaching is something special. What all advantages do you have with teaching? Nobody mentioned the holidays. Even though your holidays are being curtailed these days, there is lesser holiday as the period as compared with the previous generations. But still, this is the only profession which still till date has the maximum holidays. Is this or no?
Yes.
Yes? Any other reason? If you calculate your wages per hour of the working time that you spend, you'll still find you earn a lot better than most of the professions. People in companies are slogging 8 in the morning till 10 in the evening and they are having 30 or 40,000. What big deal? You work for 6 hours, ma'am. Saturdays are half days.
6 hours in the institutions and 2 or 3 hours at home.
Can we clap for it? Because if we're doing that, we're making a lot more money than actually what is happening. So this profession gives you a lot of money if you calculate it per hour. Right? What else? What else is happening? What? You are a teacher, be loud, be confident of what you're speaking.
So even if you are a teacher, you are in a better position to take care of your family also. Like if you are working in an MNC, you don't have time for yourself.
Yes, the work-life balance which you have with you will never happen with any other profession. If you do not agree with me, you can give me any example of any profession where there is a proper work-life balance. Right? Is there any other profession? No. Secondly, very important, I see maximum females here, right? Which happens in most of the organizations and institutions. Apologies to all the males sitting here. Because nature has made a female totally equipped to be a teacher from day one. Females are natural teachers. Right or no? Even when you're not married, when you're not with kids, even when you're small and if some child is crying out somewhere, you give that care and emotion. Nobody teaches you that.
Moreover, even the child does not respond very well to the male teacher, especially in the junior
Don't be biased, ma'am. All I'm saying is you have an advantage.
They are saying, suppose you send a child teacher to the nursery standard, then he won't be able to.
That's the reason they don't go to the nursery class.
We are saying it's a natural thing.
All I'm saying is females by nature are equipped to be more effective teachers, right? They do not have to go through that learning process from zero. Males have to start from zero. But females by nature are endowed with the qualities that make them natural good teachers. Is that?
That's why we have mother teaching classes now, not father teaching classes.
So you see a positive side of the story? Yes? Right? Now the topic that we are today going to deal with is, are we passionate about teaching? There is a difference between a good teacher and a passionate teacher. Right? Can somebody tell me what is the difference between being a good teacher and a passionate teacher? Because that is the crux. That is which is something which we need to think about today. I am sure all of us are good teachers. You are in a good school, you have experience backing you. I don't see many freshers here, and if there are freshers also, I am sure they have come through a lot of screening. So they are good teachers. But being good teacher is enough, or there is something better which can be done, there is some better level which can be achieved? Why at all we talk about passion? First of all, tell me, anybody, somebody explain me as to what passion is? Yes.
Desire, urge or desire, liking towards that profession.
Okay.
I'm a teacher if I am the master of my subject, which I am going to teach. But I will be a passionate teacher if I want each of my students should be learned that properly.
Okay, anybody else? हिंदी में passion को क्या बोलते हैं? जुनून. Do you breathe your profession? Is there a very strong feeling which comes into you once you start talking about your profession? A good teacher is somebody who is passionate teacher is somebody who is living through the whole journey. The daily work that is given to a teacher excites the teacher. It makes and motivates the teacher. If you are a good teacher, probably at some point of time, you might go into a burnout. You might feel stressed. It happens with many good teachers. They get stressed. They feel the workload is too much. There's a lot which is happening. They're not able to justify things. They are not happy with the situation that is. The management is not understanding them. The circumstances are not right? But once you're passionate about your profession, you're a passionate teacher, these things do not matter. Passion is not something which is going to be helpful to your organization, which is going to be helpful to the school, which is going to be helpful to the students. It is going to be helpful to them, yes. But the main person who benefits by being passionate is you yourself. Because when you are passionate about your profession, you enjoy it. You stay happy. The whole journey becomes happiness, not just reaching the focal point. So it is important that we all have passion in the work that we do, because teaching is one of the toughest work to do. It's the routine work that you do. Probably you go to the same classroom, take the same subject, right? And that might at times lead to boredom and a lot of suffocation and a lot of stress. These negative impacts will not occur once you are passionate about your profession. So today we'll all work on being passionate. Would you want to work on that? Yes. Would you want to be passionate about your work?
Yes.
Very limp, yes.
Passionate teacher is born for teaching. That is a passion.
Ma'am, I will not agree that you are born for teaching. There are so many things which you learn. And any profession that you are into, you can see there is commonly people say I'm doing this job for money. I'm not enjoying it. This is a Western point of view, which says that you are tailor-made for a specific thing in life. And if you do not get that particular thing, you have to regret all your life. मैं डॉक्टर नहीं बना, मैं टीचर बन गया, इसलिए मैं सारी उम्र दुखी होता रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं डॉक्टर नहीं बन पाया. This is the Western concept of belief. मैम ने मुझे बोला था she didn't want to be a teacher, right? But still she is enjoying teaching, right? That is the Indian concept. Being happy with the now, being happy with what you have in hand, enjoying what is there. That is being passionate. That is being what we are trying to drive at. That is what actually is the need. Are we still thinking about the past or something that happened yesterday in the classroom, or we have the energy and the stamina and the excitement that today I am going to go in the class and I'll try to do something new. That is the question, right? So how many of you feel enthusiastically that you want to be passionate about your work? Good. Put your hands up. And remember, it is not something which comes naturally to you. It is not something कि I was born with it. वो teacher अच्छा इसलिए क्योंकि वो ऐसा ही है पैदाइशी, ऐसा नहीं है. These are skills which can be learned. You can learn passion. Once you start to improve, synchronize, you learn to think, you reflect, you work. And for that, the most important thing is, do you feel the need? There is a proverb, very famous proverb, you can take the horse to the well, but you can't force the horse to drink. It is same with you. No amount of workshops, no amount of training sessions, no amount of management counselings will help if I do not feel the need to improve, if I do not feel, अगर मेरे मन में कहीं पे ये है कि मैं जैसा हूँ ठीक हूँ, that moment my learning stops. And you know, when the water stagnates, it smells. It smells. But the water which runs is the fresh water, where everything thrives, where there is life, where there is hope, where people lie. So we want to be running water or we want to be stagnant water. That is why when you were writing your weaknesses and you were saying we don't, there were some people who were not able to write more of weaknesses. I was asking, right? Because we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect, right? Yes? So we'll work more on this passionate thing will understand how passion comes in, because I strongly believe, and I would also want you to believe, that passion is not something which comes from within. It can be learned. Yes? I'll give you a simple example of marriage, right? At times people are not maximum of your married. You must have gone through ups and downs of life where you might have felt this person is not the right person for me. There are times when you feel the person, even if you are blissfully married, if you are happily married, there will be phases in life where you feel that this person was not the right choice for me. Even though it's a love marriage or arranged marriage, right? But when somebody promises himself or herself that I am going to make this marriage work, does the marriage work? Right? In anything that happens, in any role that you are a teacher or you are a wife, if you feel that you want to work on that role and you want to improve, then only growth will happen. Right? और is it कोई ऐसा है जिसकी शादी को 10 साल हो गए या 2 साल हो गए, 1 साल हो गए, वो जैसा day 1 पे था वो अभी तक वैसा ही है, उसने चेंज करने की कोशिश नहीं की? Is there anybody? Even in males, have you tried to adjust your wife? Have you? Or are you unmarried? Married. So have you tried to adjust your wife? You have to. There is no other way out. You have to learn. Life is a learning process. The only day we stop is when we are no more in the world. Right? So teaching is a continuous learning process. You are not just mastering the subject. You have to master a lot of other qualities which makes you a passionate or a good teacher. I am sure you have maximum of the qualities which are essential for being a good teacher. But still there are a couple of more which I and you can learn. Is it? Are we ready to learn those qualities? Yes, we'll learn those qualities, but before that, I'll show you a small video on the importance of a teacher, which I really liked a lot. I'm sure you might also like it. Please read it carefully today. God was trying to create a teacher, and the angel was like, God is spending a lot of time on this particular creation of yours. Why are you spending so much of time on this creation? And God was like, I want this creation to have 3 pairs of hands, 3 pairs of eyes. And the angel was astonished. What are you trying to do? God told him that I am trying to make a replica of myself. I need this person to have 3 pairs of hands. He said, why not a normal human being? Why this special creation? He was like, I want this person to have 3 pairs of hands. So he can do a lot of work in the school, Because as teachers, you're just not responsible for teaching, right? You are expected to have a personal rapport with the student. You are expected to assist the school in extracurricular activities. You are expected to frame the paper, have the lesson plan in place, maintain the register, look at the attendance. You have so many things to do. And then there is a meeting that needs to be attended. There is a home that needs to be looked after, right? So you need to have at least 3 pairs of hands. Do you feel you have 3 pairs of hands? Yes. If you have not felt it till now, be sure you have 3 pairs of hands. Otherwise, you would not be in this profession for long. Next was 3 pairs of eyes. Why? One, we can look what normally people do. Secondly, to look individually at the person, at the student, not to get biased or influenced by what others have to say about him. If I am a class teacher, appreciated to be loved, right? So it is for you to understand that I as a mature person has 2 choices to make. Either I give it my 100% and be happy. Because if you bother for what the results may be, you are actually bothered. Did I do it? Why didn't I do it? I should have tried it at least. In any aspect of life. Later on, the only repentance is, if only I would have tried. Do you want to live with that repentance, or you want to make your life a living example? You want people not to appreciate you, but the look in their eyes, the way people see you, the happiness that the kids have once you are in the class, the way they share things with you, gives you something which money can never buy. Do you want that? Yes? For that you need to have a lot of passion.